welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look, and it's kind of like a get ready with me type deal because I'm just going to be talking to you guys, telling you like stories and stuff. So yeah, it's just going to be kind of chill, laid back. So in today's video I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill's Favorite Brush Collection from Morphe. And I'm also going to be using the Chocolate Gold palette. So stay tuned and keep watching if you want to see how to get this look and also see some of the brushes. So we're just going to jump right into it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Master Prime Base Primer. And this is Hydrate Plus Smooth. This is amazing stuff. It's kind of expensive for drugstore, but it's well worth it. So I'm just going to use about that much right there and rub that all over my face. You guys, I had so much fun when we went to Disney. I had never been before, so like I said, that was my first time, and it was just amazing. It was way better than I could have ever imagined. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to use is I'm going to use this Maybelline up to 24-hour wear foundation, and this is actually one that I've just started using and I really like it too. This is the shade Natural Beige, and I'm going to use my Morphe brush from Jaclyn Hill's Favorite Brush Collection, and this is the M439. Y'all, it has been so cold since I got back, and so I haven't been able to keep my tan up. So that's unfortunate. I'm so ready for warm weather and summer and beach and just everything that comes with it. So this is my first time using any of these brushes, and I'm so excited to try them on camera with you guys. So this is all of them. And the set comes with 23 brushes, and they are, I think the total came up to be like $155, but the cool thing about it was I have added this extension to my search engine, and it's called Honey. And what it does is, like, whenever you're checking out online, it searches the whole entire internet for like coupon codes and anything that you like could use to, you know, save money, and then it shows you what it would cost with Honey and then without it. So I ended up saving, I think, $15. I think it had a 10% code, but it's pretty cool. I'll link it down in the description so you guys can check it out, but I definitely recommend it. So this brush is really awesome for blending out my foundation right now. I'm loving it. And I'm usually one that, if you guys watch my videos, I use Beauty Blender a lot. So yeah, so this is really awesome. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow, and then the brush, I don't actually know the name of this brush, but it's okay. It's just like an angled brush, and it has a spoolie on it. So I'm just going to dip this in here. I'm going to go ahead and try to outline my eyebrow and just go ahead and fill that in. I look ridiculous with one eyebrow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. I wanted to tell you guys a story. So I get motion sickness like ridiculously easily, and that's one thing that me and my best friend had in common, was that like anytime we had people that wanted us to go to the fair or something and we'd go, we couldn't ride anything because everything goes in circles. We always had a good time anyway, but we can't ride stuff that goes in circles. We can ride roller coasters, but like circles just are not something we can do. And you guys know things that they have at the mall, the virtual reality simulator things. Yeah. So I've heard people say before that, you know, they trip you out, like they'll make you feel sick, and like I just didn't want to risk it. So we're in a line, and it's for like a Star Wars simulator, and I don't know if we had picked up a fast pass or we were just like hopping in line because the wait wasn't that long, but we assumed it was one of those shows. Like, if you've ever been to Disney, they have a lot of shows, you know, that are like 4D. You sit there like with 3D glasses on, and then they like interact with you, like squirt you with water and all kinds of stuff. So we thought it was going to be like that. And then we get to the front of the line, and I'm standing there, and I see that it's like you're locked in like a room, probably about as wide as this room, and you, like, the doors close behind you, and you're sitting in a chair, and you're buckled in a seatbelt, and I'm like standing there, and I'm like looking at the screen, and then I notice that there's a sign that says, if you have motion sickness, you probably don't want to ride this, basically. So I'm like freaking out because we're like the next people to get on, and I'm like panic mode right now because, you know, I don't want to be throwing up sick and just feel horrible while we're in Disney. That's like the last thing I want to do. So then I noticed that the things like showing you where you go sit down, you put your stuff under the seat, you buckle your seatbelt, and like all this stuff, you put your 3D glasses on. I'm like, y'all, I cannot do this. This is a virtual reality simulator. They're like, what? No, you're fine. You can do this. And I'm like, no, like, trust me, I can't. This is one of those things that you sit there and they're gonna move it and you're gonna be looking at something that's gonna make you sick. And they were like, well, we don't really know what it is. And I'm like, y'all, trust me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyeshadow primer. It's Milani, and I'm gonna just put that on my eyelids as I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so anyway, the doors open, and Caleb's dad's like, you can do it, just go ahead, you just need to try. And I'm like, Caleb, like, are they gonna get mad if I don't do this? Because I love y'all to death, but like, I really don't want to ruin the rest of the day. And he's like, no, you can try it, you can do it, Makayla, blah blah blah. And we walk in, and like my heart's beating so fast because I'm like freaking out. And this ride lasts like 5 minutes anyway, and I'm like, 5 minutes, I can't do it. We walk in, and it's like rows of seats, and we were going to be sitting in a row, and we were just waiting for everybody to get off, and they start sitting down, and then the seat that was beside Caleb that I would be sitting in said out of order, and that was like my sign from God that was saying get off, because like that was the second sign. So I said, I can't do this, I'm sorry. And I turned around and I walked off back, like the back way, because I saw that the doors had closed and I was like about to be trapped in there because the other ones were about to close. I walked through, and like as soon as I walked out, they closed. And I said, is this a virtual reality simulator? And they were like, similar to it, yes. And I was like, thank the Lord Jesus for getting me off of that thing, because whew. So I'm going to be using the Chocolate Gold Too Faced palette today. I think I'm going to start out with the Morphe M513. And it's just kind of, it looks like a lot bigger on camera than it really is. So I'm going to start out with this color. And it's called So Bougie. You know. So I'm just going to go right in my crease, and I'm just going to kind of use this as a transition shade, and it's going to kind of go a little bit everywhere because I'm just going to put it on my lid and in my crease, and just, this is just a really, really light color anyway, so it's good for what we're doing here. So I get off the ride, and they send me to the lady at the door that is on the other side of the door where they're going to be getting off at. And I walk over there, and I'm like telling her that I get motion sickness really bad, and that's why I'm unable to do this. And she's like, oh yeah, if you get motion sickness, you definitely don't want to do this, because this gets people really bad, and people that don't even have motion sickness. And I'm like, well, that's great. And Caleb's family, Caleb's mom and his sister get motion sickness a little bit, but not even close to as bad as me. And, well, they all went on it anyway, so I'm waiting there talking to this lady, and she's saying how the row we were in was the worst one. And, anyway, so 5 minutes goes by, and, they come off the ride, and they're like, well, like, legit, they were talking about how they were, like, I made the right decision, and they wish they would have walked off with me, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, like, y'all, I really would have been on the floor puking, like, that was, that really would have killed me. Like, I'm being dramatic, but seriously. Let's see. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Morphe M432 brush, and that's kind of just like this. And I'm going to use my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I said that backwards. Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I'm just going to get some of this, like this right here. And I'm going to, like, kind of draw like this. Cut my crease, if that's what you want to call it. And kind of pull it on my lid. And I'm doing this because I'm about to put glitter, and this really helps it to stick, and really just really helps it. I'm pulling this out right here so that way whenever we have a little bit of fallout and everything, it's gonna help it. I know I probably don't make any sense, but just trust me, guys. So, well, then the next day, we have fast passes to do the Avatar flight simulator, and that thing seemed so cool. My camera cut off. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm just talking so much, so that's why it's doing this, you know. Okay. So the next brush I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use the same one actually. So still this one, M432, and I'm gonna go into Gold Dipped, and I'm gonna get a good amount of that on there. And the brush is still a little kind of wet from the concealer, so that's good because that's gonna help us pick up the product better. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna kind of cut out the crease and just put that on the lid. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the Avatar thing. Anyway, she gave me the choice. She was like, you do not have to do this, Makayla. And me and Caleb's sister both stayed off on this one. She was crying. She was like, I felt sick the entire day after the Star Wars thing, so I really don't want to do that. And so I was like, well, don't, if you don't want to. And so we didn't ride that, but the ride, I mean, that seemed like a really cool ride. I really would have tried it if it was at the end of the day or something, where I knew I was going to go be able to lay down. But kind of makes me sad. Okay, so now I'm going to go over that with Famous right here. Oh my gosh, why is this being so reflective? And that's just kind of like a bronzy color. And just because these two colors combined is like my life. I'm going to go in with the E36 Morphe brush, and I'm going to use Cocoa Truffle, which is this matte brown right here. And I'm just going to kind of pack that on the outer corner. Right here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and use the M513 brush, and I'm going to blend it out. So, to continue my story on my trip, when we go on our cruise after our trip, this was my 3rd cruise. I had been on 2 with my best friend. This one was actually a 3-day, but so I was expecting it to be like super chill and laid back and whatever. I got motion sickness on the ship, and so did Caleb's mom, and we were like I was gagging, and it was miserable. The ship, like, the water was going like this, literally, and I was just like, holy crap, when are we getting off? And I didn't mean to be, like, ungrateful. I wasn't, and she wasn't either, but we were both, like, feeling horrible, and it almost made me never want to go on a cruise again because of how it made me feel. And that's awful because I love them, and I think they're so fun. But I just felt like trying to go to sleep. And I had a C-band on. I had taken nausea medicine. I took Pepto-Bismol. I took Dramamine. Like, if that stuff was working, I really don't want to know what it was like without it. Because, oh, girl. I think I'm going to actually use the Morphe E47. And I'm going to kind of try to clean this up right here. See how this works for this. You guys, don't forget, this is the first time I'm using these, so bear with me. And this is like my first huge set of brushes like this. Like, I've had nice brushes here and there, but like just bought like one at a time because they're so expensive. You guys know that, I'm sure. So one thing about the beauty of makeup to me is that everyone has their own techniques and their own way of doing things, and it's so cool when you're able to see other people's techniques because it can give you more ideas of how to do stuff, and it shows you like that everybody has their own special technique, and it's just everybody's unique in their own way. So now I'm going to go in with the Morphe M213 brush, and I'm going to take that color Cocoa Truffle again, and I'm going to kind of mix it with the black, and I'm going to pack that on my lower lash line. And I'm actually going to use the Morphe M513 brush again, and I'm going to just kind of soften it up. I have to look up when I do this because I have contacts, and if I get this brush in my eyes, I'm sure I look like evil. Y'all, when I got back and this temperature changes, my voice was gone. Ever since then, like, my throat's been trippy. It's been something. I'm going to use this brush again, and I'm going to take Rollin' in Dough, which is this like creamy white right here, and I'm going to put that right here on my brow bone. Y'all, this video is going to be so long, I'm sorry. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm just going to make a winged eye. Is this thing almost empty? I'm about to get mad. Just kidding. I'm not going to use this because it's almost empty. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner Plus Serum. And I'm going to do a wing, maybe, if this one wants to work with me. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to conceal my dark circles. I need to go ahead and set my concealer with the Airspun loose face powder. This big so I'm going to go ahead and use the Morphe E41 brush, and I'm just going to wipe away powder. Oh my gosh, this brush is so soft. Okay, so I'm going to try to do these lashes, but we don't know how this is going to turn out. Okay, so I've already trimmed them off camera because my camera won't stop cutting off. If you put on freaking fake eyelashes every day, you are a master. Like,
2 hours later.
I put some mascara on it, see if it looks any better.
Too stupid. Okay.
So now I'm going to do my contour and my highlights, and we should be about done. To contour, I'm going to use M413, and I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to go in right here into the middle one. I'm going to tap that off. Oh, you could see that on camera. Okay, and I'm just going to bring it into the inner corner. Of my eye. I don't know why I just stopped talking. I'm not a very good multitasker, guys. Now I'm gonna blend it out a little bit with the Morphe R2. Just kind of to soften it up. It's a little bit too harsh for my liking. I'm gonna use the Morphe M510, and I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit for this one. I'm gonna use the shade Moonstone. I'm just gonna I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Carbon Black eyeliner. I'm just going to go in right here and fill. So I'm just going to put some chapstick on. Oh, okay, so I'm going to use the Maybelline New York Superstay Matte Ink matte liquid lipstick, and we're going to go in the shade with Seductress. I figured out whenever I put foundation on over this, it looks so much prettier. Now I'm going to use it, and it looks so pretty. It's just like a soft, pink, pretty, matte color that I just love. Okay, and to finish it all off, we're going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So, you guys tell me what you think. This is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys give me some suggestions for future videos. So yeah, thank you, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You guys have a wonderful week and a wonderful day. Bye guys.